And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. And one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
To the air, it's Sayin. There's the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Going to try to get it himself. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on 4th.
The Longhorns offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He breaks a tackle. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Creates a little space.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Dropping back, it's Manning. Bringing the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
One thing I love about this defensive coordinator is that he has a lot of different exotic looks. He's not just going to rush with 4. He's not just going to rush with 3. He's not just going to blitz linebackers. This guy's blitzing DBs.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Kick is in the air. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. First play of this drive comes from the 27. From the gun, running back on the move. Powers through the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They've got the screen set up. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get third and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect third down and long execution by this defense.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Now on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Manning. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. It's incomplete. I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incomplete
These coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Takes it on the return. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going right to work up top. Got a man, it's Tate. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The give on the inside. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Finds his big tight end. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot, just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Looking downfield on first down. Finds a tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Bust through behind his pad. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And to get rid of it quickly. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Guys, this offense is going to have to find a way to protect this quarterback. He has already been under unbelievable duress early in this game, and they're not going to be able to complete throws if they can't keep him standing up.
And the Buckeyes will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll go to the ground. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The give to the back. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC was a rousing success and so close to even more with a late loss to Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian and the Horns have the expectations right where they want them.
You said expectations. Has there ever been more hype around a quarterback in Arch Manning?
It's a seam wide open! And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Now they're going to throw it. Rush is on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. The Buckeyes and the Longhorns squared off in just a fabulous game. Cotton Bowl College Football Playoff semifinal a year ago. Texas fought, but it was Jack Sawyer, David, etching himself forever in Buckeye lore.
Yeah, Jack Sawyer called game. He basically said, we're ending this. Ohio State continued their dominance in the red zone. They were unbelievable last year, just the physicality. So now, Jesse, can Texas meet that physicality? Do they have a little bit of anger from last year's game?
And do they have more playmaking ability from the quarterback position? I think that was one criticism a lot of Texas fans had. Arch Manning now at the helm. Can he be the difference in this matchup? That's the question.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Fires to the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that.
And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The give to the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, great job by the linebacker understanding what to do in zone coverage. I drop, I take my steps. When that quarterback's feet get set, my feet get set, I break on the football. Nice break. Way to go break that up and swat it down.
The Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks, it's Rodgers. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
There he goes! Oh, he's got some space. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Back to pass on second down. Got a man in the middle. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To throw, it's Manning. They're working that left side. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can he do it against the Georgias? Can he do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
Gets the back moving. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. They'll line up for a second down play. Got it behind the line. It's Moore. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass, it's Manning. Under fire. Makes the catch, it's Baxter. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Wingo. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Running to Green. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Now, you blitz me, I'm getting the ball out of my hands. Really good job understanding that by the offensive coordinator, this quarterback, seeing the blitz, getting the ball to a playmaker, letting him do some damage. And more importantly, I don't have to throw it way down the field. Just get the first down.
Finds his big tight end. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Here's a hit, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding you just got to jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a crease. It's Donaldson. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tate. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air. It's Sayin. Got his man quickly. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You get a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Donaldson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught on the outside, it's Donaldson.
That's one I think if the running back could have over, he would just let that ball sail out of bounds incomplete. Because he made the catch, but lost yards because of it. It wasn't an accurate throw. He'll know next time to just let that ball go.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Fires to the middle. Got his man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's 1st down from the 44. To the air on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a 1st down. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And it's good from 58 yards out.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Going to the run to start this second half. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. And wings it incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. They knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the tailback. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense. Here in the second half, they've got to have the mentality with the lead. If we just don't give up any more points, we get the W. We got to make big plays on third down. They made a big one there.
The Longhorns will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Back to throw, it's Sayin. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Sweet cut there. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Handoff from the gun. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Longhorns will call on their punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. From the gun, the ground game. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Under fire. Grabbed over the middle, it's Donaldson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Wide receiver going in motion. Jet sweep headed to the edge. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Man, you just hold your breath every time this particular receiver gets the ball in his hands. Because of his speed, he's dangerous to score every single time he touches it. That time on the jet sweep, though, the defense did a better job playing team defense and getting him on the ground.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking for a gap. It's Peoples. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The play action fake. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
That's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play, but this has been a defensive war so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dropping back, it's Sayin. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The give to the left. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job at containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Sayin. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Nice play by this defense again, and I feel like it's a broken record, doesn't it, guys? Like, seriously, both defense playing at a high level. Which offense can get a spark, make a big play, and get something going?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Give to the back. Turning on the Jets. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Motion from the wideout. They'll give it to him again. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Works the middle of the field. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this. And be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking to throw on first down. He'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Tate. And he dropped a quick spin move on him before being dragged down. Solid pickup on the play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll leave it with him. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Quickly complete. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
The Buckeyes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Trying to keep this drive alive. And the Buckeyes get it past the sticks.
And defensively, man, you just want to get to 4th down, right? Give yourself an opportunity. And even though it was 4th and 1, try to get the stop, especially this part of the field where they could come away with points and kick a field goal, or they could come away with a touchdown. Man, I want to get this stop and get off the field, but the offense executed. Defense just missed out.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
From the gun, running back gets the gift. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll try to run for it. Sweet cut there. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They got to stop this ground game and get the ball back.
looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it on the move. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be 1st and goal.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Manning. He finds a dead spot in the middle.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Now on first down from the 28. To the air on first down. Works the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And the Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to keep it in the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know, the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well enough.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pulls it in on the left. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Zings it complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. And complete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Not a lot of good things happen when your quarterback gets hurried. When you speed up that processor just a little bit, make him a little bit uncomfortable. The defense doing a little bit of that. I need a little bit more protection from this offensive line.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gibson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Oh, they're after him. Just threw that one way too far.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw. It's Manning. Going to try to pop one on the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with the GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Oh, the attempt is no good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll pull it on the read. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Fighting off the defender.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking downfield, it's Manning. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
On 4th down, looking for the completion. On the run, fires downfield. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. As we watch this game, guys, I got the feeling that's what a top 5 clash is supposed to look like, and it might not be the last time we see these two square off.
No, and these are the fun ones to watch, man. Two great teams, both of them fighting to be #1 type seeds in the college football playoff. Great squads. Somebody had to lose, but more importantly, that's a big feather in your cap. That's a top 5 win. That's a resume-building win for this squad, Jesse, that they'll take with the committee, and they'll take momentum down the stretch of the season.
This team has to celebrate this victory for now. But we might get a chance to see this matchup again. These two teams, to me, are good. They're going to have an opportunity, I think, to reach the college football playoff. Kind of reminds me of what we saw recently with Oregon and Ohio State. Oregon getting the win in the regular season. Ohio State then blowing them out in the college football playoff at the Rose Bowl. This might not be the last time this season we see these two great teams go at it.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.